Hi, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful day. Today, we're going to be doing a yoga practice that's going to be focused on the splits. So, we're going to have a peak pose today. And so, maybe some of you are working toward getting your splits. And maybe some of you already have this pose in your practice and it's a favorite already. So, no matter what level you're at, this practice will still be appropriate for you. Today, we're going to get started by sitting on our heels. Tuck your toes under. And just turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So we're tucking the toes under so that we can stretch through the feet and lengthen the calf muscle here. And just start by closing your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, bring the palms together to touch. Find just a little bit of a back bend here, looking up toward the hands. Release arms down. Let's take a side bend, reach one arm up and over. Inhale, center, bend to the second side. Come back up. Those toes might be burning by now. Let's take a twist, bringing one hand to opposite thigh. Twist the other way. Move back through the center. Bring hands to the mat. Untuck those toes. Circle out the ankles. And just give those feet a little pitter-patter on the mat. From here, we're going to make our way straight into downward facing dog. Get nice and comfortable. Taking any movement that feels good. Lengthen both heels toward the mat. Curl your tailbone up to the sky. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. See if you can get the knee to be the highest point here. Step forward between the palms. Bring your lower leg, your back leg down to the floor. In this low lunge, tuck your tailbone down toward that back knee and then sink your hips forward. So we're stretching through the front of the thigh here, the front of the hip. Start to press your hips back, straightening the front leg. Curl the toes up to the sky. And then here, I want you to really activate this front leg. Press that right heel down into the floor. So when we're working towards splits, we need to have the flexibility in place, but we also need to have the strength in order to support that flexibility. You have to make your body feel safe. And, we don't want to get injured. So we're going to really actively press down, press. Beautiful. Let's bend back into that knee, foot flat to the mat. You can bring the hands down for support. We're just going to move back and forth here between lunge and half split. Pause again here in your half split. This time, instead of activating the front leg, we're still going to keep those toes pulling toward our face, but we're going to let our body relax down into it here. Start to lift up, bend the knee again. This time we're going to heel toe our foot just a little bit over toward the right side of the mat so that you can bring both hands to the inside of that right leg. So in our lizard pose here, you might tuck those back toes, lift the knee, and just rock back and forth here. Getting a little buoyancy through the hips. Before you set that knee down, point the toes. And then if you're comfortable here, you can stay as you are. Or if you would like, you can take a rotation with the hip by coming onto that pinky toe side of the foot, dropping the right knee out to the side. And then maybe you stay here, or if you'd like, you can come down to your elbows. Let's make our way back to our hands if we're lowered. Foot comes flat to the mat, the knee comes toward the shoulder. Tuck your back toes. We're going to step back to downward facing dog. Just like before, take any movement that feels good. When you're ready, left leg lifts up to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Look forward. We're going to step through between the thumbs, bringing back knee down. Tuck the tailbone, hips go forward. Start to straighten the left leg, pull the toes toward you. And then just like before, we're going to activate this leg, press into that heel, press down into the earth. You should really be feeling this in all of the muscles down this leg. Keep pressing, press, press, press. Let's release, bend that knee, hands to the mat, and we'll just move back and forth between the lunge and the half split. Pausing in our half split. This time we're curling the toes toward us, but we're relaxing down into the split. Bend the knee. Heel toe your foot closer to the edge of the mat. Both hands to the inside of the leg. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Move forward and back. The knee comes back to the mat. Untuck the toes. Roll onto your pinky toe side of the foot to lower the knee to the side, if that feels good. And then if you would like, you can come to your elbows. We're going to start to lift out of our winged dragon here. Come back to your hands. Foot flat to the mat, knee toward the shoulder. Tuck the back toes. Step back to downward facing dog. From here, let's just bring knees to the mat, widen them to the edges, and come into child's pose for a few breaths here. Just giving our hips a little bit of a rest. Lift your gaze, hands to the mat. We're coming back through downward dog. Right leg extends up to the sky. Point the toes. See how high you can get that foot. And then we're going to step the right foot about halfway between our hands and back foot. Coming to our pyramid pose. So we have the right toes pointing to the top of the mat. The left foot is at an angle. The hips are going to naturally want to open up here. We don't want that. We're going to square the hips, pointing both hips to the front, pulling that left hip forward, right hip back. If this feels like a lot for you, you might grab some blocks to bring yourself up higher, Or you can even rest the hands on your leg. Look forward. We're going to bring the hands out in front of us and lift that back leg up, coming to our standing splits. Really working the strength here through those legs. And bring that leg down. Step back to down dog. When you're ready, left leg rises, point the toes up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Step left foot halfway up the mat. Coming to pyramid. Square those hips, pull right hip forward, left hip back. Folding down over your leg as much as is comfortable. Start to look forward. Hands come a few inches in front of your foot. Lift right leg up. Standing split. See how high you can get the leg. And bring it back down. Step back to downward facing dog. Making any adjustments you need to get there. When you're ready, right leg rises. Bend the knee, open your hip this time. Look forward. We're going to step into our low lunge. From this low lunge, we're going to start to straighten the front leg. Toes curling up. Now, we're going to start to move toward our full split. If you're not feeling ready for that, you can stay here and keep practicing half split. If you would like, you can start to wiggle that foot forward. Maybe you just pause here at any point that you need to. We're not rushing into this pose. We're gently guiding our body down. As you're ready, letting the hips sink closer to the earth. If you need to, you can absolutely use some blocks under your hips or some pillows. Anything you need to make yourself more comfortable. From here, if you're on the ground, maybe you can start to lift your arms. Bring them together to touch. Just using strength here. Release the hands to the mat. If you can, maybe you start to fold forward over that front leg. Press into the palms, lift the chest. Then we're going to start to wiggle that foot back toward us. Coming back to our lunge, however you need to get there. Take as many little movements as you need. When you're here, let's plant the hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Maybe you would like to drop down into a child's pose again. Maybe you want to stay here in down dog. I invite you to take any rest pose that feels good. I am going to drop my knees, coming to tabletop, and take a few rounds of cat-cow. No need to rush, but whenever you're ready, we're going to all meet back in downward facing dog. As you're ready, left leg lifts to the sky. Bend the knee, off split dog. Look forward, stepping to our low lunge. Start to straighten that left leg, curl toes up to the sky. And then just like before, we're not rushing into our full split. We're going to take all the time we need. Slowly start to wiggle that leg forward. You might notice one side feels different than the other. So maybe you're able to come into the split on one side but not the other, and that's okay. Once you're here, let's lift the arms. Finding a little bit of a back bend as we look toward the sky. Release, hands down. Start to fold over the left leg. To your hands, lift your chest, and just make your way back into our lunge. Adjusting in any way you need to on the way. Plant hands down, tuck the back toes, step back to downward facing dog. Come forward, bring knees down to the mat. Take some circles with the hips. Move both directions. Press the hips back toward your heels, sitting down. From here, let's just swing our legs around, coming to take a seat. With your legs out in front of you, we're just going to slowly fold forward over our legs, making this very passive. Let your body rest. Start to lift your chest, sitting up. Bring soles of your feet together to touch. Finding our butterfly. Start to flutter your wings. Release those hips. It might feel good to sway side to side or front to back. So you can experiment with that if you would like. When you're ready, let's start to lift the knees in toward one another. And just take a seat in any way that feels comfortable and natural. Close your eyes. If you would like to, you can lie down in Shavasana. I am going to just end here in a seated meditation for a short few breaths. Let your body be soft. Slowly start to blink the eyes open. Bring hands together at the front of the heart. Taking in all of the beauty around you. Feeling proud of yourself. Feeling grateful for your body, the movement that you are able to do. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice working toward our splits. Let me know in the comments if this is a pose that you are working on or if it is a pose that is already a part of your practice that you're comfortable with already. I just really like to know what you guys like in your own practices. So let me know. Thank you all so much. Namaste.